Welcome to the Virtual Y. My name is Karen, and this is our Mat Pilates. I'm substituting for Ellen today, so let's just take it easy. For the next half an hour, let's really focus on moving from our center. So when we talk about that center, we're talking about this kind of a belt around the middle. So notice how far back it goes. And we're really looking to get really super conscious of how we're moving from there. So let's just start up. Let's warm up the whole body. Feet more than shoulder distance apart, toes pointing out. Let's just sweep the arms up. Reach up, feel the belly button stretch. We'll bend the knees, sunflowers, and just repeat. Inhale up, reach up, full body. Big stretch, come back down to earth. A couple more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Happy summer. If you're joining me live, welcome. July 22nd. Beautiful day here in Minnesota. One more time, just like that, big stretch. And then come back down. Nice and easy. So let's just shake out a little bit at the shoulders. Inhale up, drop it. Couple more. Drop it down. Last time. Nice and easy. Ears over to the shoulder. Open up through the side of the neck. We want this body of ours to be all stretched out on a regular basis. Joseph Pilates always said, you are always practicing Pilates. So what does that mean? We are always aware of our posture in space. Here's the side view. Let me get away from that Y symbol. So my shoulders are over my hips. Okay, this is my little booty here. Okay, my hips are over my knees are over my ankles, and my chin is slightly pulled back. So in today's world, because of technology, we're always leaning in, and we need to just get ourselves pulled back to get that nice neutral, relaxed position, right? And we are just stacking our joints to stay healthy. Okay, that's going to give us the most stability. Let's take a wider stance here. We're going to get a little inner thigh. Inner thigh helps stabilize the pelvis. Your pelvis is your deep core. We're just moving gently from side to side. So lateral lunge, moving from side to side. Feel the inner thigh. Nice and easy while we're standing. And whenever you're ready, we're just going to go over to one side. So you could place your elbow on your thigh. You could place your hands down. You could stay really high up. We'll just let that inner thigh on the other side stretch. Yes. And then we'll switch sides. Same story. I'm staying up high. So you can go down low. You can hold on to a block. Whatever works. Yeah. And then back to center. Okay, we're still standing. This is wiggling this mat. Open up at the hips. Externally rotate the hips. Feel this nice, strong, stable core. Shoulders stacked over hips. And we're just going to come to our horse pose. So you can take your arms out straight, arms down. You could do hands at heart, whatever feels good. And let's just do some gentle pulses. And squeeze as you come up. So we go down a little bit, zip up, right? So we just activated through the inner thigh so that we're aware of that feeling. Zip. Do you like my sound effects? I like this. This makes me feel like Laura Ingalls, my childhood heroine, like she's riding the horse. True story. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I was a fan of Laura Ingalls long before I moved to Minnesota. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Last time. Nice and easy. Now let's play around with our sense of balance. Balance comes from establishing our contact with the earth And from our core, those are the two things. We connect the mind to the body. We're noticing those two things. So let's just lift one heel and do some gentle pulses. So that inner thigh is saying, what's happening? Oh, hello. And then we'll switch sides. So the Barbie foot here, the Barbie heel, lift and gently come down. Nice and easy. Okay, so if you want more, lift both heels. Do the pulsing, arms out, arms down, hands at heart. So gentle pulsing with both heels up, inner thigh strength, and hold. Hold, 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 and sink those heels. Let's shake that out. Okay, it's all connected, right? If we want to be strong at our core, we've got to see where we're holding our body in space. Let's come to a sun salutation. We're going to come all the way down to the mat this way. So we're just going to inhale up and create a back bend. Lift the heart to the sky. Feel your body in space. Notice where it is. Hold on to your core. Establish your tight core, your tight belly. We're bowing down. We're bending the knees, hands to the mat, and we're just going to step back into a downward facing dog position. So let's hold the dog here. So we want the belly, we want the deep core, the belly button kind of sucked into the spine. So we're pulling our shoulder blades down the back. We're shining our heart to the mat. So let's see what we can do to kind of tilt the pelvis from here. So gentle pelvic tilts. Notice where your pelvis is. Tilt and release. Nice and easy. And then we're going to come to a high plank or a kneeling plank. So this is the ultimate core move, right? So we're holding, holding, holding. This is, to me, this is better than all those sit-ups we used to do. So butts are down. So if your butt is like this, that's not it. We're going to pull the butt down. You can come to your knees. It's the same thing, or the knees up. Spreading the fingers, pressing into the fingertips. We're establishing our strong core, pulling up the kneecaps, strength through the quads. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're holding this. We're holding this longer than we want. Let's take wide knees. Let's release that. Let's come into our shell pose. So shell pose in Pilates. We're still zipping up our core. We're still zipping up our pelvic floor here. So arms out long. You could have your hands back at your knees. You could rest your third eye on the mat. Stack your fists. Rest your third eye on your fists. But just keep active in the low. Keep active awareness in the low back. Breathing into that space. When we're doing planks, our low back area is really getting a challenge, right? Your low back, part of your core. Let's come back to the tabletop position. Okay, so hands underneath elbows and shoulders, knees underneath hips. Okay, shoulders away from the ears. We're looking down at the mat, like in front of your fingertips. That's a good place to go to keep length through your spine. And we're just going to do those fire hydrants. So we're just going to open up and close. Open up on the right side and close. So we want to keep still here. So here's the front view. We don't want to be rotating the body. We're not like doing this thing. We're just moving at the hip, okay? So, hip opener, here it comes. Couple more. Hip is open. Rest of your body is stable. Last time. And this time we're going to bring that knee behind the other knee and push back. So we're kind of in a curtsy lunge, eagle legs you could call it, reaching your butt back. And And then let's see what happens on the other side. So let me switch so you can see that. We're on the left leg. We're still in our tabletop position. So wag your shoulders, wag your tail. Get loosey-goosey there first, and then open the hip to the side. Open to the side. Open to the side. And because this is a different side, notice if you're like, this doesn't feel the same, right? I had a knee surgery on my left knee over a year ago. I cannot tell you the cascade of issues that created. My physical therapy started making my back hurt on the right side. You heard me, right? It is all connected. One more. Hold it up for a moment and then place that knee behind the right knee and push back as if you're in child's pose. So pushing back, opening up through the armpits, sinking your weight through your hips. Yes, that's what we're doing. And let's come back to center. Let's wag that tail again, wag those shoulders. And let's find our way into some kind of a bird dog because we're holding our strength at the middle. So we're going to reach the left leg back. Now you could keep your toes down and just stay there. Let me get all the way on the mat for you. So you could just stay there. You could rock back and forth. And we're just kind of like, I think of ourselves as like a ladder. My shoulders and my hips, my knees, they're all in alignment. If I was like inside the two edges of the ladder, and then eventually we're going to just bring that leg up. Toes are down, my neck is long, my shoulders and ears are away from each other. So just hold this pose for a moment, and we're going to just bring that leg toes down from side to side. So what else could you do? You could tap toes to toes, but I'm not swinging my shoulders, right? Here's the strength of my core. My core is doing it. And then let's come back to center and release the right arm. So lots of pressure in the right hip. Let's flow this whole pose side to side with the arm. If this is too much, take the arm back down and just flow the leg. And then come back to center. Nice, nice and easy. Breathing out, let's take the right leg back. We're on the ball of the right foot, and we're just rocking back and forth on the ball of that foot. Snaps, crackles, pops. And then we'll bring that leg up. So you could just hold it here or flow this pose. Right? It looks like my leg is doing it, but if I did not have strength in my core, I could not do this. I had a client one time who told me she doesn't have a core. We all have a core, right? It just matters whether we're kind of working on developing it. Okay, let's release that left arm. Same song, second verse. Going from side to side like a helicopter. And then back to center. Let's release that. Let's sit up nice and tall. Let's shake out the wrists. Are your wrists hurting? Like, Karen, get me off my wrists right now. Okay, we're going to do the shaky shake in front, in this direction, and in that direction. Yeah, nice. Let's press the left arm out. Shoulder stays in its socket. We'll just pull the fingers back. Go to the side, nice forearm stretch, release through the wrists. Same thing, right arm, just pulling back the fingers, releasing through the wrist. Nice, okay. So sitting up nice and tall, if you had a block that you wanted to sit on, if that's more comfortable, let's feel free to do that. Now let's practice some breath work before we come down to our backs. So breath work, imagine that you are focusing on your low back area. So you know where your belly button is. Behind the belly button, either side of that area behind the belly button, picture your kidneys like two pillows that you want to blow up. So let's bring our energy back there and see what it does to establish your your alignment for your spine. So let's go. Let's breathe into that area. Send your breath there. Inhale. And then exhale into that space. Let's try that again. Notice if your spine moves. Notice if you relax. Okay, let's breathe into that space. You could put your hands back here and imagine that you're puffing up through your palms. Exhale through the mouth into that space. Let's do it one more time. 3s are the magic numbers. Multiples of 3s. Inhale. Exhale down. Nice. Sometimes when we relax through the low back, we establish a little bit more back body awareness, and that's helping us with our core. So nice and easy. Let's just take a twist from the center. We're going to come to our goal post, arms. We're going to lift these ribs away from the front hip. So we want to extend this space. So we're going to lift first. My shoulders stay down. And I'm going to just take a twist to the right and come back to center. I'm moving from my center and a twist to the left. Come back to center. Okay? So I'm just going to flow this twist, really engaged at my midsection. Yeah. Your core, I almost want to call it your core belt. There we go. Nice and easy. Okay. Let's kind of bend our knees to the sky, side view here. And we're going to come into a super easy boat pose. So I'm not even releasing my back, okay? So my shoulders are relaxed, my shoulders are over my hips, my feet are hip distance apart, and I'm just holding myself up here, okay? So this is my strength here. I'm establishing this so I'm not like this. I'm strong in my spine. Okay, maybe lift the toes if you wanted to. So just notice the feeling here. And then if you wanted to release back a little bit, maybe hands behind the knees on the hamstrings. And we're just going to hold this pose. And again, you could release the toes if you wanted. And I'm just using the strength of my core to hold me in space. Okay. Maybe if you wanted to go back a little more, wanted to release the hands. And let's come to sitting up all the way. Sitting up nice and tall. Notice the feeling, notice what's going on, and let's go back again, this time a little bit more deeply. If your low back hurts, you go all the way back. Okay, so squeezing the belly button in, I'm going to bring my knees in, knees to the chest, releasing through the low back. So this should feel like a nice release because the low back is what we've been working on as part of our deep core. The pelvis is the deep core. Let's plant the feet at the edges of the mat. Let's reach the arms up high to the sky. Shoulders stay in their socket. So we're not reaching up. Shoulders are down. And we're just gently going to let both hips go way over to the left. Come back to center, and both hips go way over to the right. Feel your belly button. Picture it sucking in, being strong, drawing your awareness to your center. So we're not wobbling around, we're purposely moving through the hips. One more time on each side. Nice and easy. Notice the feeling. Nice, and then relax that. Okay, bringing your feet a lot closer to your butt cheeks. Your knees still stay hip-width distance apart. Okay, we want to make sure that if we had a ball or a block right here, we would be squeezing it. So imagine before we even do anything with our hips, just squeeze that ball, that imaginary ball. So notice all the muscles that are attached to that squeeze. So your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, So just notice that and then just release that. Just wobble a little bit from hip to hip. And then this time we're going to come up all the way up into a bridge. So we want to come to our shoulders. So if you say, I'm not doing that today, Karen, what could you do instead? You could just do a pelvic tilt, okay? So do you see that? I'm not coming off the mat at all. I'm tilting my pelvis, squeezing my belly button in, and that's it. I'm still recruiting these muscles, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna lift all the way up to the sky, come all the way to the shoulders. See that? You could interlace your fingers underneath. You can look behind your eyeballs, behind your eyebrows, open through the chest. We're still squeezing that invisible ball. Bridge pose, super important for your hip flexors, which are in the front and back. Attaching your spine to your hips in the back, attaching your torso to your legs in the front. Let's come all the way down. Nice and easy. We're going to bring the knees in, crisscross at the ankles, and let's rock from side to side. So lots of ways to do it, right? It's just like in yoga. You could do this or this or this. You could be on your back and just do pelvic tilts. You could be on your back and just squeeze all the muscles that are required to move into your bridge. Whatever works. Okay. Let's bring the legs up high to the sky. We're pressing through the heels, and we're going to alternate, reaching the right hand to the outside of the left leg and reach the left arm to the outside of the right leg. So legs stay straight. I'm moving from my center up and down, up and down, crossing the midline of the body to the outside of the foot, and feel it. Few more. We're not done. Last time. And bring it down. Relax your neck. Rock from side to side. And then we're just going to roll up. We're going to roll up to roll back. So coming into the side of your body. So my right foot is long. I'm on my right elbow. I'm going to take my left leg to the sky, and I'm going to bring that right leg up. So it just goes up to meet it. So you can grab onto your toes. So here we go back to the inner thigh a little bit. We rehearsed this at the beginning. So many ways to stay healthy, right? So many ways to move your body. Right? We got to keep moving it. We got to keep feeding it, hydrating it, resting it. We have got to keep moving it. Oh my goodness. You've heard you rest, you rust. Let's just hold here, and then we'll just switch to the other side. So laying on the left side, left elbow, bringing my left leg up, or my right leg, sorry, and then same thing. So I have a 94-year-old mother-in-law, and she uses a walker, and 94, right? Amazing. But boy, oh boy, it's a lot. I really want to, if I'm going to live to 94, I hope I can walk, right? Well, I'm going to plan on it. I'm going to plan on it by working it all the time. It's very humbling, right? Couple more. Last time. Nice. Let's roll all the way to the belly. Yes, all the way to the belly. So rock from side to side on your belly. Our feet are going to come to toe tips, and we're going to pull up the kneecaps. I'm not squeezing my butt, and I'm going to take my arms out into fingertips. So I have fingertips and toe tips. So I'm looking down at the mat. I'm keeping my shoulders in their sockets. And I'm just squeezing my belly button into the mat. So squeeze and release. Are you looking at that? Squeeze and release. This is a strengthener for the low back area. Your low back, part of your core. So squeeze and release. And then just relax this and just hold. So our kneecaps are still pulled up, but we're not tight on our butt cheeks. And we're just letting our body in space as we hold this position help us. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. And then just relax that. Let's pat the feet out. Let's bring the hands to the sides. Nice and easy, rotating in and out with the hips. Let that be loose. We're going to push ourselves up into a kneeling plank. So bending your knees, hands at your shoulder height. We're just going to push right up into kneeling plank. So we're just holding the kneeling plank for the moment. We're strong at our center, our shoulders are back. If you want more, you can come down into a gentle push-up, a kneeling tricep push-up. Holding again, nice and easy. Let's push back into that child's pose again. Release, release, release through the low back. Nice and easy, nice long spine. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then we'll sweep the knees in front yet again. We're gonna roll all the way back. Knees into the chest yet again. Let's come to our happy baby pose. So hips are open, hip opener, knees are bent, soles of the feet high to the sky. Relax the throat, relax the face. Breathing in and out. In and out. Last time. Relax your body down, legs out long, arms at your sides. Drop your chin to your chest and just picture yourself moving gracefully, moving elegantly through your center. Picture your mind and your body deeply connected with a sense of humor. Picture yourself treading lightly, walking towards what you want more of and gently retreating from what you don't. Picture yourself super strong, as if you had an invisible belt around your middle. I'm going to put a platinum belt around my middle. A platinum belt, it's weightless, it's platinum, and it's just kind of gently always reminding me that I'm worth the effort. It's a big, huge belt around my core muscles that say, stand up straight. So you picture your belt, what material would it be made of? You're worth the effort that it takes to take good care of yourself. All is well. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up with the air of now. Push your heart to the sky. Hold the breath. Notice what it does to your spine. Exhale down, out through the mouth. Come all the way back down to earth. Notice what it does to your spine. Let's bring the knees in. Give yourself a squeeze one more time. Roll over to one side, fetal asana, gazing down and in at what's in your heart. Then guide your way up to an easy seat pose, crisscross applesauce at the ankles, stacking shoulders over hips. All is well. Inhale up. Exhale down the middle. All is well. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today at the Virtual Y. Ellen will be back next week. I'm Karen. I'm glad to be with you today. I hope this was good for you. Have a great day.